As we all know, finding a good place to live in Toronto isn't easy to do, and for Indigenous folks here, it's especially tough to find culturally relevant housing. But in South Eglinton-Davisville, one Indigenous-led housing project is laying the foundation for affordable living in the city. Here in South Eglinton-Davisville, you'll find unique historic sites, including Regent Theatre on Mount Pleasant Road from the 1920s and this War Amps building on Merton Street. Built in 1959, the Heritage Building will soon house local seniors and Indigenous people. It's part of an affordable housing project led by the Missinaba Cree First Nation that will add Indigenous space to the neighborhood.
Homelessness in Canada and definitely in Ontario and especially in Toronto, Indigenous people make up a higher percentage than their population, so they're very much overrepresented in homelessness. And looking at our elders, seniors, Indigenous seniors, they're particularly vulnerable.
140 Merton Street is part of the city's Housing Now initiative. It provides long-term leases for 99 years. Work began in 2019 with community consultations.
I don't think this neighborhood has focused at all on its Indigenous roots. So I think that this will be literally and figuratively groundbreaking. And I think the opportunity is here not just to offer services, but also to offer cultural enhancement for the community at large.
In 2021, the city sent out a request for proposals on the site and chose Missinaba Cree First Nation. It partnered with developers Elliston Community Builders in 2022. Construction was then set to begin in November 2023, but COVID and rising construction costs delayed the start to this fall.
There's been many of these Housing Now projects that have stalled out due to the rising costs of construction that has just been astronomical over the last 5 years. As I mentioned, around 70 to 80% over the last 6 years. Volatile interest rates, and just new funding gaps opening and closing due to changes in federal programs.
The building's design includes space for Indigenous ceremonies. Its exterior looks like a quilt wrapped around the building, symbolizing a blanket ceremony, which is when elders are wrapped with a blanket to honor them.
We also have commercial space on the first couple floors of the proposed building that we want to attract social enterprises and services that will help Indigenous seniors in terms of their health needs, but also helping them with any kind of mental health, any kind of economic barriers, cultural barriers.
Signing off, I'm Anita Li of the Green Line reporting with City News.